everyone, I'm Emma Wynn and you're watching SciTalk. Today, the famous scientist Louis de Broglie has traveled through space and time to be with us to answer your questions. Go on Twitter and use the hashtag AskDeBroglie and maybe we'll answer your question.
I don't know what Twitter is, but I'm excited to be here.
Our first question comes from @ISaidWhat. Chase inquires, what did you do before you became a scientist?
Well, before I became a scientist, I worked in the French Army as a wireless telegraph operator. The science behind it fascinated me, and after 9 years of service, I left the Army to work for my brother Maurice.
Wow, that's extremely interesting. Our next question comes from @Piper_Carney. Piper wonders, what did you discover during your studies in Paris?
I became very interested in the work of Arthur Holly Compton, who discovered that waves can have the properties of particles. This led me to my discovery that particles can also have properties of waves.
Wow, that's fascinating.
I know, it really is.
Here's a good question from @GingerMilan. Rachel wonders, what theory came from your research and discoveries?
Well, after studying the properties of particles in relation to wavelength, I came up with the equation shown now. This shows how a wavelength of a particle moves through space.
Wow, you've made a lot of accomplishments. That leads us to our next question from @Omer_Maya. Omer ponders, what do you believe are your greatest accomplishments in science?
Well, in 1929, I received the Nobel Prize in Physics for the discovery of the wave nature of electrons. I am also very proud of the book I wrote, Researches on the Quantum Theory, and my view of the world.
Well, that concludes this segment of SciTalk. Stay tuned after this brief commercial break and watch us interview Bill Nye the Science Guy.
I'm this episode's sponsor, Bill Nye the Science Guy. And if you support quality, that's a slam dunk.